Hi guys. So I'll be doing my presentation on physical disability. The film I watched was Miss You Can Do It. It was about this pageant girl, Abby Curran, has been doing pageants for a couple of years now. She has cerebral palsy, so she thought she would never be able to win a pageant until she was crowned Miss Iowa in 2008. She was actually the first woman with a disability to compete in the Miss USA pageant. After Abby won, she started a pageant called Miss You Can Do It, and the purpose of this pageant was allowing any kid with a disability to join the pageant and be themselves. It could be any disability, like it says, physical, anything. Throughout the film, it shows these children preparing for the pageant and getting interviewed on what kind of physical disability or disability that they have. This film shows that even if you have a disability, anything is possible, and everyone gets a trophy of some sort. No one's a loser. So the picture right here on the left is actually the winner of Miss You Can Do It. She won all around, but each kid that was in the pageant won something, like who would be the best friend, like who's the best, has the nicest dress, who has the best hairstyle, stuff like that. Like everyone's a winner in some sort. So here's some characters and their disabilities. Here's Abby Curran on the left. She's the main character, who's Miss Iowa and who started Miss You Can Do It. She has cerebral palsy. Then there's Delaney, who's the winner of Miss You Can Do It. She has cerebral palsy also. The next picture is here on the right of this picture is Trinity, and she has SMA type 2. Then these two little girls, Meg and Elena on the right was actually adopted from Ukraine. Meg's parents, when she was born, they wanted Meg to have a friend with Down syndrome also, so they adopted Elena from Ukraine. And then Allie has spina bifida. So physical disabilities, what are they? Physical disability is an impairment/condition that limits one or more basic physical activities in life, and there's various different types of physical disabilities: cerebral palsy, spina bifida, carpal tunnel, and any spinal cord injury. So for the bingo, I ended up filling out only one space, which is, the free space, and then the you're inspiring/brave. Here's some more pictures of the contestants and just people that were in the film. Some more of the girls that were in the pageant, some of the judges. There's Abby. The worksheet. So before the film, I had an idea that the film would be about kids with disabilities joining a pageant. The disability this film was under was physical disability, so I had some sort of I knew it was going to be about physical disabilities, and I put the definition then, what I thought a physical disability was, and obviously I learned more what a physical disability was from this film. So I put physical disability as a condition that limits one or more basic physical activities in life, and some physical disability examples I know are cerebral palsy, spina bifida, and spinal cord injuries. During the film, I learned that SMA, which is that right there. I don't know how to say the last part, so I'm not gonna even try. Sorry. But SMA causes wasting away of all muscles, and then SMA is the number one genetic killer of children under 2. And I did not even know what SMA was in the first place, so I actually learned what SMA was too, which is on my vocab sheet. And then spastic, I'm really bad at sounding things out, so I'm sorry. But cerebral palsy means that your muscles are wanting to cross, your legs trying to cross when you walk. And Delaney in this film had that, and when she was trying to walk, her legs would try and cross, which she would try and fight it, so it's kind of like her body fighting her own body. When a family adopted Elena, the picture I showed you guys from Ukraine, the workers said that the parents are stupid Americans, why would you choose the one with no value? And I thought this was just very surprising and kind of sad that the workers were like that. I don't know, it was just very shocking to me. There's various different types of cerebral palsy. Most of these parents are grateful for Abby for creating this pageant. Some parents were upset with that their children was born with a disability because they didn't know how to raise them. I probably should change that word upset. I don't think they were upset. I think they're just more scared because they thought like you couldn't raise them like how you would raise your other kid, something like that. Like it'd just be more challenging. The parents are happy that there's no loser. Everyone wins something. Spina bifida and spinal cord injuries are the same category with spines and stuff. And then Miss You Can Do It will take place for many years. And then the vocab, like I said earlier, I'm really bad at like sounding things out. So SMA and spontanic. Like I know how to say it in my head, but then I try and say it and I'm like, no, that's not how you say it. But those two words. And then spina bifida and also that word too. And then after the film, well, some of the parents were getting interviews. They were talking about how their kid was being born, learning to find out how they have a disability, and they were just scared. And I just want to know why. I kind of talked about this during the film, but I just like want to know why. I mean, I get it is scary, but I don't know. I just want to know more information about it. And then I want to know if there's still Miss You Can Do It pageants today, and how many people know about this pageant. Like if it's just in Iowa still, or if it could like be in different states, like in different cities, because I feel like it should be. And then what would you do if this child was in your class? How would you support a student with this condition? I would make sure the child has everything they need, make sure they're comfortable and everything is accessible to them. Like if a kid's in a wheelchair, I'll make sure that there's ramps and not stairs or stuff like that. Just making sure like the kid is as comfortable as they are. And then, have you ever seen this movie before? If yes, did your opinion on the movie change? No, I've never seen this movie, but I really enjoyed it and liked it. And then about the movie, what did you like, what did you dislike, and why? I like that it was a cute, heartfelt movie. It was such a good film about how just because you have a disability, it doesn't mean you can't, like, do something. Like, you can do anything you put your heart or mind to, which these kids did with performing in the pageant. If I would change one thing, I would maybe add an update in how the pageant is doing years later. Like I said, like, if it's in different cities now. And then maybe just more interviews about the kids and how they feel about the pageant, even though that was already in the film. And then, does the character that played the disability have the disability in real life? And yes, Abby does have the disability, and all the kids that were in this film do too. And then my last part of my presentation is the interactive activity, which is just this Google form. And it's pretty much just questions on like what was in my slideshow and stuff like that. Nothing crazy. But yeah. Thank you guys.